Calling the meeting of the Abilene City Commission. It's a regular meeting for September 28th, 2020. Due to COVID-19 and social distancing, we are encouraging viewing all meetings on the live stream City of Abilene's YouTube page. Roll call.
Mayor Osterman,
Here?
Commissioner Ryan,
Here.
Commissioner Marshall,
Here.
Commissioner Schaefer,
Here.
Commissioner Witt is absent.
Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is the consent agenda, and there is a correction on number 7. The approval of annual league meeting voting delegates is to be Mayor Chris Osterman and Brandon Ryan. And D. Marshall is the alternate voting delegate.
Mayor Osterman,
Yes.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as amended.
This is Commissioner Ryan. I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. We'll go to roll call vote. Commissioner Schaefer,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
Commissioner Ryan,
Yes.
Mayor Osterman, yes. Next item. Persons who wish to address the city commission may do so when called upon the mayor. Do I have anyone at this time? Yes, sir. Can you come to the microphone and give your name and address?
Yeah, my name's Nathan Cole. It's 800 Northeast 7th Street.
Okay.
I was given a notice by the city after I
Sir,
put up.
your probably is the mic. Just want to make sure a little closer or,
Yeah.
there you go.
I was
Thank you.
given a notice by the city after I put up a pool that I had to put a 6-foot fence around it.
Okay.
I went down, got the permit to put the fence up, asked the lady when I bought the permit if I was okay to put the fence up. She told me yes, I could start putting the fence up. I put the fence up around the pool. A few days after I put the fence up, the city inspector come out and told me that I was not in city code, that the pool couldn't be there, that the fence couldn't be there after I was told to put it up. As far as I knew, I was just conforming to what I was being told to do by the city. Then the city said that when I called, they said that my neighbors were complaining. Both my neighbors are here. Neither one of them seemed to have an issue with it. I'm not sure what the issue is.
Okay.
Okay.
learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way you talk. I need your permission to help.
You're fine.
All right. City Manager Jane Foltz.
Thank you. This is Jane Foltz, City Manager, and I have our City Inspector Travis Stearman here, and he will explain to you and Mr. Cole what's at issue.
Okay. And Mr. Cole, can you step back to allow him 6 feet? Thank you.
This is Travis Sherman, City Inspector. We got a report of a complaint about that pool and some in-op cars and some chickens all in that area down there. At the time, I sent Officer Ragsdale down to take a look at it. And I'm going to start off, and I'll take full responsibility for everything that has went on and proceeded on this.
Travis, you'll have to talk closer to the mic.
And I have a quick question. What was the address, Commissioner Marshall?
800 Northeast 7th.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Usually, I take all them cases. This year has just been one of them years we've had triple the amount of permits of a normal year, and we've tried to keep me not so busy. I'm trying to move some stuff around to get some other guys involved. This was one of the cases I sent Ragsdale down to, and that was a mistake on my part. I should have went and looked at it. But he did see the pool, and it did not have a fence around it. He's not aware of zoning regulations as well as most, officers would be, I guess. And in this case, the swimming pool is not allowed in the front yard setback, and that's where this pool is. He wrote him up for just the not having the fence. Then Nathan came in and got a fence permit, and it was 2 days after the girls must have told him that he was good to go. It was 2 days after he applied for the permit, I got to review it, and I seen that. I was like, uh-oh, there's a mistake. And that's when I contacted Nathan and say, hey, your fence is in violation of the zoning regulations. He wanted to apply for a variance, which he can do this. He could apply for a variance. The problem is the fence goes into the right of way, and that would be city property. So if you issued him a variance, it would still have to stop at the right of way, which the pool and the fence and everything is still inside that. At this time, we haven't took any other actions. He wanted to plead his case with the commissioners, and we haven't taken any actions until he got the chance to do so. Do you have any other questions for me?
Yes, Commissioner Marshall, you said this pool's in the front yard?
Correct.
Is it an above-ground pool?
Yes.
What size is the pool?
I couldn't tell you that. I didn't measure it. It's at least 4 feet tall, I would say.
4 tall?
Yeah. I honestly, I don't know.
Oh,
We don't have any regulations on like size. It's depth of water and stuff like that.
I was just curious,
Mhm.
because you
Yeah.
said it was going
Yeah.
into the,
House is kind of a weird set on a lot. Like the fence is, yeah.
Okay.
Nowadays, like if that house was asked to be built, it wouldn't follow any of the regulations. It wouldn't meet them. He has very little backyard. He did put the pool up in the front on the side of the garage, which some people think that's a side yard, but it's the way we measure setbacks and everything. The front of the house is from the front of the house. If you drew a line from property to property line, that's the front yard, and the pool's inside that. So, and like I said, I'll take full responsibility for everything like that. This is one of them that it happens, and I'm sorry it did happen, but I can't go back and change it. If I could, I would. It was just one of them cases. Any other questions for me?
And so what you're saying is that he can apply for a variance, but the variance won't work because he's in,
The city right away. Yeah, the city's property on 7th Street.
how far over?
Off of my measurements, off of a GIS site that we use called Midland, he has the front of the house is at 16 feet, would be the property line. I'd venture to say roughly 8 feet over into the right of way. I didn't have permission from Nathan. I never went in there and physically measured the fence. I don't like to do that without getting total consent from property owners. I just kind of guessing at panels that he had put up of the fence. So
Okay. City Manager Foltz, what do you suggest at this time?
Well, I think we need to hear any ways to remedy this. At this point, I don't see that there's a remedy. I think that the fence has to be removed. I believe that the pool has to be set back and off of city right-of-way. And that's the only solution that I know of at this point. Travis and I have talked about this. Mr. Cole wanted to plead this before you all, and he has his opportunity to do that today.
Commissioner Marshall, that was my question. Excuse me, whether it was above-ground pool or not, because they can be moved. But I do have a question about what type of fence went up, if it's, set in concrete or what?
Correct. He has posts set in concrete, and then I believe, to me, it looked like he purchased panels. I could be wrong. He could have bought a fence and then put the planks up, accordingly. But it's a wood fence, nicely constructed. It's just the fact that
Needs to be
it got
moved.
put out where it got put.
Is it a hard side swimming pool, Commissioner Marshall, or is it one of those inflatable blow-up?
I know it's not a blow up. It would
Okay.
be like
One of those
a
hard-
ones that would come,
Right,
in
yeah.
boxes or whatever.
The metal
Metal
sides.
framed and then have
Right.
the vinyl
Right,
is what it
okay.
looked like, yeah.
Okay. This is Commissioner Marshall again. I know it'd be a problem pulling up fence posts, but the rest of it's easily remedied by moving it, which could be done next season.
Correct.
Go ahead, sir.
So where are we? I mean,
I understand.
like I said, I was just trying to conform what the city told me to do. I understand it's not your fault. I get that. But I complied to what the city told me to do. I went out, spent the money, and now you guys are just I've basically been told that, oh, well. I mean, that's not fair to me.
This is Commissioner Marshall again. I don't think that's fair. I think that we need to look at this a little bit more, but I don't think we're saying, oh, well, at all.
Well, that's what it feels like, though.
I'm sure it does.
I mean, we were really just trying to conform to what the city told us to do.
I understand.
And as far as me and him have talked about it, and I really don't consider it my front yard. I mean, it's all the way at the edge of the property. It's on the side of the garage. We put it to where we could see the kids when they were playing in it. So, but
Commissioner Marshall, again, I understand your viewpoint. I really do. I just think this is something that we can't solve today. We need to look at and see how we can remedy it,
Okay.
which works for everybody.
okay.
This is-
And there is a study session next week that you could come to, and hopefully we can talk about this further this week ourselves and try to see how we can move forward and
Okay.
resolve it.
I appreciate your time.
And so if you could, please come to the study session next Monday, and we'll see
What time?
Same time.
same time,
Same time.
same
Okay.
place.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you.
This is Commissioner Ryan. I have a question. Travis, would you and Mr. Cole be able to maybe meet up so you can get accurate measurements and?
That's
Yes,
fine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you would have access to, so that way we've got,
Right,
exact information so we can make a good decision on it, so. Okay, thank you.
all right, thank you. Do I have anyone else that would like to have any comments and communications at this time? Okay, we will now move forward to consider the Sister City Board appointments.
Mayor Osterman,
Yes,
this is Commissioner Marshall. Because of one of the applicants on this board, I need to recuse myself from voting.
okay. Should we just go ahead and do one at a time where you can, which would, I think it was, we could first go with the appointment of Jerry Rankin.
Madam Mayor, I move we approve Jerry Rankin to his Sister City Board appointment.
Madam Mayor, this is Commissioner Osterman. As I don't have any interest in this one, I will second his motion.
Okay, it's been moved and second to approve Jerry Rankin on the board for the the Sister City program. And anyone have any comments or questions? If not, we will go to roll call vote. Mayor Osterman, yes. Commissioner Ryan,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
Commissioner Schaefer.
Yes.
Been so approved. Next item is to approve the board for Bill Marshall for the Sister City Program. And do I have a motion?
Madam Mayor, I move we approve Bill Marshall's appointment to the Abilene Sister City Board.
Commissioner Schaefer, I second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve Bill Marshall for the Sister City Board. We will, any questions or comments before? We'll go to roll call vote. Commissioner Schaefer,
Yes.
Commissioner Ryan,
Yes.
Mayor Osterman, yes. So approved. Next item, levy rehabilitation, construction, access, verification, signatures. And I think that would go to Lon Schrader.
Madam Mayor and Commissioners, again, this is just the, another requirement by the Corps of Engineers to initiate this project. Again, this is the project that started with Kevin Stroda back, our recent retiree, applied for back in the wintertime. And all of the work will take place within the outline, you might say, of the permanent easement that was established back in 1957 and 58 when the project was done. The Corps does not require us to provide a written documentation. However, if we needed to get that, we could do that. But it's a rather lengthy process because there were a lot of properties, that were taken over to do that project. So, but I did specifically ask them, and a verbal, and then this signature by both Mayor Osterman and our attorney Aaron Martin will take the supply everything we need to do that. So, do you have any questions for me? It also, I might point out, it says on there on the cover letter, we're supposed to have that done by September 25th. However, I did ask them well ahead of time. The reason for that is they were going to bid, and they would like to have had that done by the time it went to bid. However, they knew that we had this on the agenda, and that was good enough for them to move forward. So it should be the project should be out to bid now, or of course we're not running that, so we'll know more later when that comes up.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I move that we proceed with this project and the grant permission for the authorized signatures.
This is Commissioner Ryan. I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the signatures for the levee rehabilitation construction. Do I have any questions or comments at this time? We'll go to roll call vote. Commissioner Ryan,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
Commissioner Schaefer,
Yes.
Mayor Osterman, yes. It has been so approved. And thank you, Lon, for all your hard work. Next item is city manager reports.
Thank you, Mayor. This is Jane Foltz, City Manager. Just want to bring you all up to date. Our new dump truck that was ordered in February has finally arrived, and the old dump truck has been traded in. We've also received our 2 police vehicles that were budgeted for 2019 that we were not able to order until February of this year. Those have arrived, and the 2 replacements have been traded in as well. We are still waiting on the delivery of a pickup that was ordered in March for the Parks Department, and that we're just waiting. COVID has changed a lot of things. Work continues on 8th Street. T&M Construction will continue pouring concrete through the end of this week. With favorable weather, all concrete should be completed by the end of this week. The concrete will then be allowed to cure for approximately 30 days. In the meantime, there will be dirt work going on with backfilling next to the curbs, finishing work, and lighting along the street, and cleanup. Construction has started on 206 Southwest 2nd. If you remember, I believe Miss Rosalie was here to talk about her property. Travis Stearman can give you an update with pictures if you wish. This property was the one that was fire damaged, and the commission set a timeline to have the exterior work completed by September 30th. We're pushing up against that now, but Travis did report to me today that they've been working pretty hard on that property. Also, the grant for the Highlands Development with Prairie Fire Development Group, LLC, was submitted last week to the Kansas Housing Resource Corporation, and we should hear something in the month of November. Our new police chief, Anna Hatter, begins work on Wednesday, October 1. The mayor will preside at a swearing-in ceremony on Monday at the City Commission study session. Anna will be here. Some of her family members will be here. We're excited to have her, and she is in town. She's been visiting with a number of businesses, and she loves our antique stores. And I did get to visit with her on Friday afternoon. She was moving in. Also, staff continues to gather information about the solar panel project. Staff will be ready to bring that information to the commission in the next few weeks. We want to make sure we have all the details available for the commission to review. That's all I have.
Thank you. At this time, we have a motion for adjournment.
Madam Mayor, Commissioner Marshall, I move that we adjourn this meeting.
Commissioner Ryan, I'll second.
It's been moved and second to adjourn the September 28th, 2020 City Commission meeting. We'll go to roll call vote. Commissioner Ryan,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
Commissioner Schaefer,
Yes.
Mayor Osterman, yes. Yes. So adjourned.